Dissect DJ. Oh yeah, you are listening to the soulful sounds of Soulful Strut by the Young-Holt Unlimited. I am Ryan Castle, which means that you are also listening to the beautiful sounds of the Dissect DJs.
Dissect DJs in the building. It's your boy DJ MC Jigga Jag. And guess who's in the building? Miss Tizo.
DJ Castle.
Oh, and of course, T's in the building.
But also, once again, back with us. We're so excited. He has returned to Cali, and he has returned home to the Dissect DJs Nest. Mr. Greg Mestis.
What's up, y'all? Hello. I don't have a cool intro or anything, so I'm just going to say...
We just gave you one.
Hi. No, but like a... Or like a... I don't have anything, so...
I'll add it later. I'll add one right...
Just
Look at, I'll put one right here. There you go.
Yeah. That was good.
North Carolina, come on and raise up. North Carolina's in the building, guys. Messes is here, and we have a good one for you because what you already said the name and everything. You gave the title, Soulful Strut. We are ready to
by the
dissect.
Young-Holt Unlimited, a song from 1968 by Soulful Trio.
And it's one of those songs you all know, but didn't know you knew.
You don't really know. It was created by drummer Isaac Red Holt, L.D. Young. He's the bassist. And a pianist named Don Walker. And this one was created in 1960.
That was Don Walker on the keys.
He's a signature sound.
The way he
signature
hangs
sound.
on that E sharp, it's unique to him.
It's noteworthy, yeah.
He really lets his fingers take a walk along the keys.
Takes the keys for a walk.
Yeah.
Right along the strand to the
sharp,
beach.
for some reason, I think of sharp cheddar, and then I think of a quesadilla, and then I get hungry. And I don't know where I'm going with this. But
that was stupid. All of that was stupid. So I would like to transition into an idea that I had for this episode. I thought, what if we did a little bit of a grab bag episode? We just open up the sack, reached in, grabbed some random just topics. Once we had Greg here, I was like, you know what? Let's just all just come with some fun, unique questions that we could bring to the table, kick it around. Some what would you rather?
Would you rather?
Who would you do?
A would you
a little
rather?
why would yous? Like how would you handle? Whatever we all want to bring to the table. We're just gonna like reach in, pull one out, and
we were on text message. And we were like, what are we going to do? We didn't want to do an old song, which we're going to do an old song after this, and it's going to be classic, and you're going to love it. But we were like, let's do something different, and we came up with Would You Rather. He sent us a clip from Family Guy, and I was like, yes.
Don't bring that up. That's
how we came up with this. I'm coming up how we came up with today. You got to come up with how the development of the...
I was just trying to get your guys' mind expanded and like going. That's
Thanks
all
for coming in there because I was losing it and I didn't have anything
else. You were losing steam fast on that one. You're like, someone save me. But yeah, no, it's okay to show a little behind the scenes. You know how the magic is made.
Yes,
I guess.
Thank you.
You know, a little Family Guy is funny.
Shut me down, but I like to turn it up. I like to turn it up.
Yeah, he's supposed to be your co-host. He's like an enemy.
I'm cutting your face when I told myself I wouldn't do this. And look at what's happening, Messi. Look at this.
What are you doing?
Look, it's just right in front of us.
I told him I wouldn't do this.
Hi, everyone. That's me behind the hand.
Can you stop?
Yeah, my bad. All right.
It's all right. That's just for the visual crowd.
Yeah, don't forget we're on YouTube. Watch us. Enjoy.
Dissect DJs at Ryan Castle on YouTube. If you want to see the visuals of this, also you can check out our TikTok where I plan on putting a lot of these clips.
Yeah, there's going to be good ones. Why? Because we're starting with Would You Rather. Are we starting? I'm ready.
And you know what? We actually haven't talked about the TikTok thing a lot, but I've been actually like expanding a lot more, like just clips from our show. If you want to like see the visuals, maybe you do like just listening to it, but you like follow the TikTok and see what.
So where can people? So people can access visually on YouTube, TikTok, PBS.
And that's it. And
right?
and then Instagram too. You do some up there too as well.
Okay, gotcha.
You know all the social mediums. You know what they are.
Are we ready for this? I'm ready for one.
All right, let's go ahead and reach into the bag. Sounds like Jag is reaching in first. Tell us what you got, Jag.
All right, I got two randomly I picked up. Do we want a good one?
Just
Or
how about just
let's just no judge. Just
start with a good one. I love that idea.
okay, all right, fuck it. Would you rather have
Preferably not being about shitting, since always your first topic is about shitting. I don't know.
Okay, so not that one. Then.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
All right, would you
He's
rather?
like, there's my whole list.
Would you rather have a hand made out of ham, or an armpit that dispenses sunscreen? Sun cream.
Sun cream?
I'm not familiar with what sun
I'm
cream
not sure what
is.
sun cream is.
Sunscreen.
So probably the other one.
A natural abundance coming out of your armpits that you're able to then cover yourself with
That
30
seems
SPF.
Convenient, actually.
Can you repeat the first one? I missed what that was. Something
Hands.
about a
Would
hand.
you rather
ham.
have a hand made out of ham or an armpit that dispenses?
What kind of ham?
This is actually, it's honey baked.
Yeah, that is probably the
Spiral.
best kind.
Yeah, but your hand's going to be gone.
I'm not gonna
after one
ever
meal.
want to take a bite of my hand. I don't even want that as an option to like.
Every dog's going to just want to attack your
This
hand.
question was brought up. This answer was brought up. Will the hand grow back? It does grow back in a while.
What's a while?
1 month.
So like most of the time, your hand's gonna just have a bunch of bites. It's like when you were a small child and you had like a stuffed animal or like a Nerf football that for some reason felt like very biteable, and then like it would just kind of end up having like bites out of it the whole time. Anytime you played with it, and you're like, yeah, I don't know, I just started biting it. It's just easy to bite. That would be like your hand all the time. You'd have this weird deformed ham hand that you'd have to explain to everybody all the time.
Would you call it a hammed?
Yeah, I as much as I want the ham to be the one because it's delicious and it's juicy and it would be like an appealing thing if I ever need a snack, I just take a bite of my hand. Let's be honest, if I'm at the beach and don't have any sunscreen, guess what? Just lift the arm, squeeze it out, cover my face.
There's a motion you have to
Yeah,
do before
but
it.
if you have a hand made of ham and you have 2 pieces of bread, you have a handwich at all times.
You do have a handwich ready to go. But then you can't use your hand for a month? If you go all in, like if you eat a finger or two of your hand.
It's like
I'll
one
tell you what,
meal.
if my hand
it's
was-
like one meal is your hand. That's like not even gonna last you like till dinner time.
Right. If my hand was made of ham, my dick would be smelling like ham all the time.
Honey baked ham at that.
It would have a honey bacon scent aroma. I got you.
I don't really
So what's the final verdict?
I see no
I'm gonna
real
go-
benefit of having your hand being made of
Me
ham
neither.
at all.
Yeah.
I don't even really like. I don't like the smell of sunscreen, so I don't like that one either. Just because I don't want that just being around too much all the
you gotta
time.
pick
But
one,
yeah,
so-
I don't want to have my hand being edible by anything. So I'm gonna do the sunscreen bullshit. Whatever that
It was
was.
sun cream though, right?
It says
Yeah.
sun cream.
Even
cream.
better. Maybe that smells better. I don't know.
Sun cream. Okay, that sounds thicker.
All right,
I'll take some sun
that started
cream
us
out of my-
off, guys. Hope you. I'm going with the cream out the
I'll go with
armpit
the
as
cream,
well.
too,
I
'cause
think
you
we,
can
I
use
think we
it.
have a unilateral, unanimous. Is it unilateral? Unanimous. Anyway,
Unanimous, yeah.
we all decided to pick sun cream out of the armpits.
For a minute there, I was so stoked of you using the term unilateral because I didn't even know you were using it right. But I was like, "Whoa, what a rare, like, great vocabulary word by Justin." So I appreciate
it doesn't
that.
happen often. So
All right,
enjoy.
I'll reach into
It
it.
was not used correctly.
I'll reach into the bag. Let me get my soundtrack, please. You don't need to play that much of it, probably.
Yes, we do.
You're gonna play it a bunch of
No, wait. It gets different right here.
Let it cook, man. Right there was where I was gonna do
Just
it.
like your ham-baked hand.
After the horns is when I will fade.
Just saying, we're gonna use it a lot. You could just let it stay.
Isn't that actually the whole song that just keeps looping?
Something
not.
like that.
Is there
Feels like
something-
it.
You come from North Carolina and you start throwing
Hey.
the podcast under the bus with our skills here.
I'm sorry.
He's just asking questions, and
I'm
they're reasonable questions,
sorry
I gotta
about that.
say. Would you rather live on an island with the savage kids from Hook or live amongst the Oompa Loompas from Willy Wonka? But if you live amongst the Oompa Loompas, you have to also be one of them and like participate in their role in the Willy Wonka universe, in the factory.
Do I still have a ham hand in this situation?
No, totally
Okay.
different scenario.
Are there female Oompa Loompas?
Doesn't look like it. Not that I saw. Pretty much just a bunch of the same, like,
so you're just hanging out with a bunch
6
of
orange dudes all the time.
orange dudes that are like 4 feet tall, or the Hook,
Or the savage kids from Hook that are just like, kill the lawyer. You know, like those guys, like
guys
Rubio and all them.
that would get obnoxious after a while. I think that would get. I'm gonna go with the Oompa Loompas.
More question with the Oompa Loompas. Do we have to practice our harmonizations of the songs, or do we just naturally know them?
You're gonna have to practice a lot. That shit takes training. Yeah. You think you just like have it naturally like implanted in your brain? No, they do routines. I bet you they spend the majority of their weeks, like their work day, like it's like 30% checking the chocolate like river and like making sure the
other 30%
the viscosity is up to level. About 40% like making sure that there's not too much dangerous operations and like checking the safety, even though that shit clearly doesn't play unless they want it to. And then it's like 20% of the day is spent just like learning the music and the songs and the dances and the routines and when to use them. You know what I mean?
When you guzzle down sweets.
Eating as much as an elephant eats.
Yes.
Is that what it actually? I don't know the song. I don't know. Don't come to me.
Yes.
No, I didn't watch Willy Wonka. I only watched it for that one time that we did a review on it. Which, by the way,
we have to practice.
Go back
every
in
day.
our review and actually, you know what? Did I not post that? That was a 3. I'll repost it. You know, this will be a reason to say, hey, I'm gonna repost our episode of Willy Wonka because I don't actually think I ever posted it on Dissect DJs. Maybe I did. I just
so there's no female Oompa Loompas.
Hell
We have to practice.
There's no savage kids either.
We have to practice harmonization. I'm a kid though, so I'm not even thinking about sex during that time. I gotta say, am I a kid with the kids?
No, you're you now, as you stand. But you have to join the world. Peter had to join the fucking savage kids, and how did he get along? He was able to reformulate his whole game. He was able to be like, started like doing this a lot, you know. Suddenly started being able to envision the sweets. Suddenly he's like, dude, boom, there's a banana cream pie in front of me because I imagined so.
2 questions.
What?
How old are the mermaids?
Which world has the mermaids? Is that in Hook?
It's in Hook, yeah.
Oh yeah, isn't there a part where like I forgot about that? I haven't seen Hook in years. I forgot there's a whole part
how old are the
where
mermaids, and how far are they from the tree? Are they a distance?
What tree, dude? Okay, maybe I shouldn't have brought this up without watching Hook in the last 10 years. What? Why is there? Okay.
He's like, Hook has Al Pacino.
Okay,
in it,
but
right?
I'll answer it. The mermaids are ages 14 to 26 because I don't feel like this island doesn't let people grow up, right?
Then I'm going with the mermaids and I'm hanging out with the 26-year-old. It is simple.
Actually, I don't
There's
think
no female Oompa Loompas. I have to sing all fucking day and work. I get to hang out with a bunch of kids, which is a little annoying, but at least they're having fun. And I'll go hang out with the 26-year-old fucking mermaid.
How about I point
Simple
this out?
decision, man.
What about this? You could eat everything in the factory, and the fucking savage kids in Hook, they gotta imagine their food. So like, I don't even really think
hanging
they're
out
eating
with a
anything.
26-year-old a mermaid
All right.
like
that group seemed
Splash.
rough.
You're sitting a lot on the 26-year-old thing, and I feel
said
like
it.
now that
You said it. I
all right,
asked and you
but
said
now
it.
as I'm thinking about it, isn't it like a main point from Hook that like everybody has to be a kid? So
No,
like
none
nobody
of the,
can grow
none
up.
of the pirates. None of the pirates. Some of the Indians were not.
Yeah, Captain Hook was randomly in that little
If you
like
watch the
Shmee
cartoon,
dude.
watch the cartoon, the guys are sitting there like, "White is the red man, red jigga da da," and so they're fucking sitting there, and they're
sounds like
older.
a song that happened. I
They're
believe you.
older, and so no. The only kids that are kids are the kids in Neverland in the tree and shit.
I thought that's what that was though.
And you said 26-year-old mermaid.
All right.
I'm going 26-year-old mermaid. Can't be the Oompa Loompas. Final decision.
They are always trying to like murder and shit. There's a lot more murder happen. Actually, no, there's a lot more murder happening in both. Yeah. But the Oompa Loompa farm has murders happening when kids are just like not listening to Willie and like just being selfish. The savage kids at Hook, they kind of just seem like they're ready to just stab you.
Well, they are not eating. They're eating.
Yeah, they're
imaginary
hungry
food.
savages.
Yeah.
That
All right,
seems
so
like
what
a
are you going with?
stressful-
What are we
stressful
going
group
with?
I'm gonna go Oompa Loompas just because they're fun and they sing. You know, and
And Greg would look fantastic painted orange and with the green hair.
thank you.
I think he could actually like stand
you.
out as like the Oompa Loompa. You might be able to take the
Greg
business
would get
model
over
up
the
here.
constant singing that would have to take place.
That might be my favorite part actually. If I could just
Even more than the
sing all of
candy.
my messages to everybody, that'd be great,
It
man.
actually isn't a bad idea.
Yeah.
You know? People would really listen to you. You could be their poster child. Or like we got the one Oompa Loompa that like stands out, looks great in orange and green hair, something that we never thought we could be. And people listen to his messages more. So far less deaths on the Wonka Ranch. That being said, I don't something that really weirds me out about that whole like Wonka plant. I don't think I'd want to spend all my time there. I think I could make the Savage Island work out. There'd be a little bit of a Lord of the Flies situation going on, but I think I could like make them respect me as their leader. I would just like win them over by not being a child. I'm pretty good with a bow staff, you know. I could probably figure out how to work like a dagger into the game. I could do cartwheels, you know. I could do like front rolls, and maybe I could even get this whole like imagining what food is on my plate and thing to work for me, and I could just like literally have my favorite meal every night, you know, and stay in like Rufio shape. So I'll go with Hook Island, you know. I'll just savage out.
I'm hanging out with Castle, although I'm hanging out at the Mermaid Ladies. All right, reach into your bag.
See you there.
Reach into your bag.
Shoot. What did
you
I
got, man?
You got?
I don't know what I even have here, dude. I really am not prepared.
That was the only thing I asked you to do was prepare. Even one.
Okay.
Let it play, guys. What you got, G?
Was my turn? Okay. Fuck, marry, or kill.
Oh,
shit.
Okay, this is
going
gonna
back
be
to this game.
A person you'd only want to have sex with, a person you'd like to make your spouse, or someone for whom you wish to murder.
We know how fuck, marry, kill goes. We did like a whole episode.
Those were the options.
Oh yeah, that's right. Justin didn't even know what it was when we did
Those,
the
are
episode.
those are the options.
No, he's giving the options, Castle.
I know. He was explaining the rules of fuck,
that's
marry,
not the
kill.
rules. No, he was telling you that.
Those are the options. All right, let me do another one then. Okay, here we go. What did you want to be when you were in your mid-30s?
What? Why do you say that like that was years ago, dude?
All right, fine. Here we go. Hottest
now.
hottest tranny you've ever slept with. Go.
I don't like Greg's lines of questioning, man.
Her
I
name
feel like you did not take this game seriously.
All right, fine.
her name was Jessica.
Who's
It
okay?
was,
But not really.
It was Mexico. SWAT trip, actually. I didn't tell you guys about this.
I believe it.
And
Well, it's not like this is being recorded for everyone to learn about.
So I'm getting the vibe that Greg did not prepare any questions.
all right, well, I'm ready for another
All right,
one.
me and Justin might have to just supply everything.
I got a deep one
think
here.
Greg
I got a deep
failed
one.
to-
This one's
to
going to
grab
not be
back.
as funny, but are you ready for it?
Yes.
Greg's better at just playing off of it.
Would you rather
I had another one.
live forever
I didn't want to hear it.
or die right now?
I mean, yeah, live forever.
You know, you have to make that choice right now. Like, okay, Greg, like right now I have a choice and I have to make it. Either I die right now or I'm forever living.
Yeah.
I die right now,
I
dude.
could be honest. It'd be awkward. That decision would make it awkward for us. I could be, you know.
Yeah.
I could
And then he
live,
pulls
live
out-
forever. I'd appreciate it. I'd be like, cool. So
He
Greg's
pulls
gonna
out a
be here.
knife and he's just like, "We're gonna figure
I
this."
never want to live for. You guys want to live forever?
All right,
No,
but like,
I'm just
like-
saying.
Well, here's my question.
I'm about 50-50. He seems like he wants to live forever.
well, here's my question.
It's just him dying right now would be so awkward. He'd be like,
it would
yeah,
make
all
this
right, now.
podcast get a lot more dark and weird. Okay, but is it like vampire rules where it's like I can like stay as I am now, or do
No.
I just like when I look 70, I look 70,
Now
and
you
80, I look
Tales
80,
from
and,
the Cryptid,
and
man.
then I just next thing you know, I look like 150, and people are like, "Dude, that's the oldest person I've ever seen," and I'm like walking around like just like I don't want to be here anymore, but I can't, you know.
Yeah, it's Tales from the Crypt. You start turning into Tales from the Crypt guy for sure.
Can you not like just decide to like pull the plug on it whenever you want though? Like what's
no,
keeping you from doing that?
You're committed.
No, it's forever.
You can't die.
All right, we'll say you can Brad Pitt it in Vampire.
Oh yeah, then
movie.
I'm that all day, all life. I'll be Brad Pitt from what was that? Diaries of the Vampire. What was that?
Yeah,
what was that movie?
Vampire Strikes Back. What was it?
I just remember. I just remember it was 1994.
Honey, I Shrunk the Vampire? I don't
Legends of the
remember.
Fall. Is that it? I don't know. Something like that.
Okay, but really think about what you're signing up for. Everybody you're ever gonna know is gonna die, and then the new people you love they're gonna all die,
At a
and
certain
everything is
point-
just gonna change, and
When
you're
you
just
dying right now would be so crazy. I'd be like, you like dying
At a
right
certain point, you just like accept that as like
Yeah,
the way
but-
life works.
dude, I'm out. I'd rather do that than it'd be like the year 34, 26, and I'm just like, fuck, I'm still around. Still around. It's still me.
now. I'm telling you, it's just it's more of this the immediate circumstance that happens. Like I just don't want you guys to have to deal with my dead body.
What if you were like
immediately?
What if you were like instead of
Yeah.
right now, you were like okay, like a year from now, and then you just live the
man.
next year knowing
man,
like
that'd be
this
crazy.
is your last
I'd definitely
run.
die in a year and going
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah,
for-
does that
Just be
change
like-
your? Does that change your?
Yeah, does that change your thing? You know you're dying a year from now,
I was down to die right now.
and you'll
so
be
like,
healthy until this second of death. You'll be like, woo!
That does sound like an entertaining year. I feel like the last like half of it would just be like a fucking trip, though. You just be like,
up
man.
and then down.
Wait, I got a good one. Okay, what if it's for the next 5 years you get to live in your absolute peak, like the most handsome, most fit, most energized, like amazing everything, but only for 5 years.
I am now.
So right now,
Like right now,
shit,
yeah.
We had the same joke. We had the same joke.
Damn it.
We're both stupid. We're stupid people. Wasn't even
sure.
creative.
You guys are in your peak.
Yeah,
we'll go with that.
Just go on. Go on.
Or
what about if it was the peak you could possibly be, like
your limitless, pill, body, everything.
Like you never ate a carb. You
Georgia
worked out
St.
every day.
That
you
Jesus on the cross look. That like.
Yeah, you got like the Jesus Brad Pitt from Fight Club abs. You know, you're just, and then also like just Captain America upper body, whatever the fuck. You know.
Yeah, okay, or that was the first one, or...
Yeah, what's the second option?
Or you do live like... you live a long life, you're like 150, but you're just an old... You're guaranteed to live a long life, but you're just a really old, frail person.
I do feel like 150 is just like 50 years... by the time you're 100, you gotta be like, you know what? I think I saw this life thing through.
Yeah, so
and then you did like a whole nother, like even longer than we've been here fucking by like 10 plus years. And like you got to do that for fucking another, like, that would just be a long stay.
Well, imagine that.
Where the people around you are like, dude, I can't believe he's still around, huh?
Imagine that, but like living forever then.
I know, but that's what I mean. The difference with me is if I could like stay like Brad Pitt vampire in that Legends of the Fall movie or whatever the hell. What was the Interview with a Vampire? That's it. Yeah, you finally figured out. Yeah, it was one with him and like Tom Cruise or like vampires.
Yeah. I thought it was Vampire Strikes Back. Dark.
We all had stupid guesses, but I landed the plane on it. But yeah, no, if I could do that, especially specifically if I could be like Brad Pitt vampire form, then I would just go ahead and live forever. Like you'd go through some runs of life.
Vampire sounds so hot.
That would be dope, man. And you'd go through certain iterations of life where like the last like 40 years kind of been like whack, but like this last like 8 after that kind of caught on. They're getting pretty hot actually. I'm kind of digging where things are going now. So yeah, that's my answer. If I could be Brad Pitt, Interview the Vampire, I'll do that forever. If I gotta like age like a 150-year-old man in 150 years, like I'm just crashing out in this next year and just making it the gnarliest year. Not only I've seen, but anybody that I've ever been around.
What about die right now versus?
I don't really want to die right now, man. That would make this podcast so much darker.
Yeah.
What if I just decided we flip a coin and then one of us just has to, like, we draw a card or straws, and then it's like one of us just got to go right now. And that's the decision.
They got real quiet, real. We were like, "Oh shit, what about that?"
Because I have a straw right here. I didn't tell you guys. This is the soft.
That would be the fairest.
This
way
is the
to do
soft portion of the episode.
Yeah.
All right, Justin, your shit got dark. Was that yours?
Yeah, I got one more.
Yeah.
You ready?
Wait, it's my turn.
See, now you like mine better, huh?
No, yours were awful, dude. I mean, let me know when you're ready to. You need to at least sit one round out. You're like, which tranny did you hook up with? I don't know, your
that
shit,
was a legit question, dude.
I'm
sorry you guys haven't lived as much life as I have.
You put no thought into any of your shit. Okay. Would you rather sit in a dive bar for 12 hours and force conversation with any person that came near you at any time, or spend a week on campus? You spend a week on a college campus as a tour guide who gives specific emphasis to everybody in the group about joining the school's improv team.
I have to do 12 hours versus a week. I'm doing 12 hours all day. I'll do 12 hours and talk to random people in the bar. That's easy. 12 hours.
But it's like,
I'm talking to 12 hours. I'm not doing a week.
Any person that like even like sits around you and they're not like continuing to respond and stuff, and you just gotta like make conversation about the weather.
I'm doing that.
You ask them how their day has been, like what they do.
One of the reasons I am a DJ and why I do what I do is because I work one big day and I work all day, and then I have multiple days off. I'm that for all day. If there's between working one day for 12 hours or one day 7 days, I'm taking the one day and forcing myself to figure it out. So that's my decision. Final thought. Go.
Yeah, wait. So it's you have to entertain people. What is it again? At a dive bar?
Sit at a dive bar and just be the guy that like just talks to everybody that like even comes around.
Drunk at a dive bar talking to people. Like
I said literally what I do like all the time.
That is how Greg does bars. Yeah.
I don't even need to be drunk. I just go park me in.
You're talking about Tuesday.
Yeah. Oh, and
All right,
the other one? Or like,
okay. Let's just take the time out of it. Like you just do 12 hours versus like a whole day as a campus like tour guide.
A whole day, so 24 hours versus 12.
Just the same. Let's just.
Who's tour guiding at 2 a.m.?
All right.
The vampire.
Let's just say the time frame is the same. Okay.
Okay.
Would you rather spend it, let's say 7 hours, 7 hours doing the dive bar thing, or 7 hours being a campus tour guide at a college and being like, you guys really should check out the improv team. We're called the Jocular Jeds. Jed is named after our school founder, Jed Jansworgen. He was a really funny guy. He had a great sense of humor. It's a lot of fun. People just throw out ideas, and like we wear silly costumes. We have Casual Friday. You guys will really love it. Here, I'm gonna pass out some flyers. This is when our first practice is. You know, you just get really into it.
Why would I want to do any of it?
So we know which one you want to do because you have the whole presentation nailed down.
I'm getting drunk at a dive bar and talking to people for 7 hours.
If you had to do that
Without
and like
question.
force people to like be interested, and then you're every now and then you're like, and this is Johnstone Hall. That's where our math department is. Our improv team, the Jocular Jeds, actually likes to meet there sometimes, and we just like wig out.
Why would
you
I
know?
want to do that one? No, I'm gonna just do
Jocular Jet?
At least the
I'm
Jocular
doing
Jeds.
Would you rather at the
Jocular?
dive bar with random people I don't know.
All right,
Yeah, I'm gonna go that one all day long, dude.
I think I would too. At least then I could like drink while I'm doing it. I wouldn't have to do like walking around. I just wanted to present the other one. I was trying to think of like what would be a nightmare situation if you had to like lead a bunch of people and what. Like, I don't know if you've ever
still have a
been
good
around
time
people
with
that like
that.
actually. Greg would end up joining the improv.
Yeah, I'm like,
Alright.
dude, Jocular.
All right,
He'd
this one's
be
a
their
little
team leader.
This one's a little deep, a little awkward, a little fun. Okay.
Okay.
If you were an inch into, never mind, I can't. Right
Do it. No, it sounds great.
It's already happening.
Okay, fuck it. All right. If you're an inch into your mom and your dad was an inch into you, would you go forward or backward to escape?
That's so ridiculous.
Greg, do you
dude.
have one? Do you have one you want to
Jesus
bring to the
Christ,
table?
bro? That is so. I didn't think you were gonna introduce some
Greg.
extreme incest
Greg, let me hear your.
with both parents.
Greg, your timeout has been lifted. Please reach into the Greg bag.
Oh my God, that I think that was like all of mine. Oh, my last one
Wait,
was
nobody answered.
You
Mike.
said you had one.
no. I
I didn't-
We're
I-
skipping my last one.
I did. I listened to half of it.
Well,
and
the other
was
one
like,
I had
I'm
was
not-
who is the handsomest man in the room, not including Ryan or Justino. And the other one I had was just what if God was one of us? That was all I had.
Talking about Jimi Hendrix over there. Andre 3000.
Wait, that was actually really funny though.
The Jimi Hendrix
just
pictures
put that one
off,
up.
been
It's
off
gonna be
camera all season. So.
Chewing gum. I would probably. That's the most wild position one can possibly imagine
No,
themselves
you
in.
don't have to answer mine.
We're
Mine
not
was
going
a
back
joke.
to his,
I don't
dude.
think I wanna go
Greg,
there.
I was begging you to like come up with something, but
I got a better one, dude.
Greg really did not get the assignment this. By the way, I gave you guys these like a week ago, and he was like, "Yeah, I wrote a few down."
No, it
and-
hasn't been that long. It was like 6
All
days
right,
ago,
all right.
dude.
That's a week, dude.
Deep one, deep one. Okay, this one's like seriously you could think about. Would you rather fulfill your biggest wish or resolve your deepest regret?
Ooh, that's a good one.
It's much better than
Or-
the weird incest one.
Well, I guess the answer will vary depending on if the person has lived with a lot of regrets or is like a dreamer, right?
Wait, did you say what was the
Your
first one again?
biggest regret. You get to get rid of your biggest regret, resolve it, or fulfill your biggest wish.
I'm going biggest wish for sure.
I'm going biggest wish, and
Yeah.
then just giving money to whatever the regret was that I had.
I mean, your regret doesn't need to be a monetary situation. It could have just
I'm
been
just
like,
saying, my
I
biggest
made
wish
this
is to have
terrible.
multi-billion dollars, and then I will give some of that money to my deepest regret and resolve it. Easy.
Yeah.
How could you resolve what's your regret?
I don't know.
That
Whatever
you
it
can
is,
resolve
I'll
with money.
throw money at it.
Hey, look, money can take care of a lot of
It's
daycare.
like, it was like that one speeding ticket.
a lot of
Perfect. It's
daycare, a lot of
Whatever
alimony.
it was, dude.
done. Yeah.
Whatever you guys say it
Money,
was. or
money
everybody
can't
thinks
solve
it is.
everything, bro. Like if you're between your mom and your dad, money's not gonna do nothing about that.
We can
dude.
solve his biggest regret.
What would you do, Kat? Obviously, you would.
I go wish for sure. Like I'm living forward. I'm not moving backwards. You know, like the mistakes we made in the past make us who we are today, make us stronger people as well. And that is actually what could create the wish that we could actually fulfill our dreams with. And if you actually just gave me like a leg up, if the question was, you don't just get your biggest wish, but like you will be put in potential to achieve your biggest wish, you just get a shot at it. I'm going that too. I would just like, let me just get the chance to achieve my biggest wish, and then I'll like conjure up what exactly that is, you know. But
biggest wish, huh? I think I'd go biggest wish too. I don't know what that would be, but I don't have a regret that's big enough to overpower a wish.
I don't have any regret that's like enormous enough to where I'm like, I have to avenge that.
Shouldn't have done that.
Oh no!
I don't know what's going on here.
We had a pain point here. Just
Yeah, I go biggest wish though.
Would you rather climb the beanstalk, if this is a real life situation, climb the beanstalk in Super Mario,
I always want to do that,
or run the loop in Sonic the Hedgehog? Like if you had to really make one of them happen, like which one would you rather do if you had to?
So I'm Mario or I'm a hedgehog.
You know when Mario would like hit the question box and it'd be like and it'd be like just like a beanstalk and he'd climb it, and now suddenly he's in heaven, he's like collecting coins. But you gotta climb, we gotta imagine this is actually real life. You gotta climb that fucking beanstalk all the way through the cloud, and you're like, I don't know how high this is going, but
but Mario doesn't get tired. I mean, maybe you would.
This is you.
Yeah.
And also
but how are you gonna run in a
neither does Sonic. That's the thing.
Loop.
That's
Dude,
you don't have Sonic.
You gotta go Sonic loop.
You don't have Sonic speed.
A ball and then just.
You can't do that
That'd be
though.
pretty sick.
You just gotta like get a good running start and just hope you're like.
you don't.
You're just gonna eat shit.
You're not.
You're
Sonic?
You're you in both these situations. So which one are you like? So all of a sudden, it's not so much of a which one would be more fun. It's which one would I survive thing.
I'm climbing that beanstalk for sure.
I don't know. Can I think about this for a second?
Yes.
Because it was always a secret, and it was always like it would take you to a hidden area with good whatever coins or good whatever it was.
It's true. We need some thinking music for this.
Yeah, let me think about it. All right, I think I've chosen.
I just realized that song is like kind of like game show between question music.
Is that what it makes you think of?
Like it's just it's like it's like a time for you to think about something or come up with an answer. That's what that
was
is.
kind of what I was going for.
Yeah.
But also
He basically just called us geniuses.
Yeah,
that's
exactly what this is.
Thank
Yes.
you, Greg.
Oh, is that one? Oh. Yeah, you guys are
us, yeah.
Pretty intelligent.
It's like our version of the Final Jeopardy song. Except for it actually reminds me of like a great walk in Vegas, which is like, we're going to tell the story of where exactly it just came back into our lives. When we were in Vegas this past year for our buddy Juan's wedding, it played on a commercial, and then it just became like our song of the weekend. It's like, anytime we're in Vegas, like there's always just like a song that just, you can't even like manufacture too much. It just becomes a song that just like becomes our go-to song. And that was it that time, because it was just like such a good like walking around in Vegas song, especially as like the sun's going down and shit. And it gives you a great opportunity to ponder stuff like, would I rather climb the beanstalk in Super Mario, or would I rather around a loop collecting coins?
And what's your final
Dr.
decision?
Robotnik's castle. I kind of want to know what's up there. I just feel like the adventure of climbing the beanstalk a little bit more fun. Even though you're like, what? Like, I'm literally going into heaven. So like that, you're just going in uncharted territory. Doing the Sonic loop would just kind of be a fun trick. You'd feel very accomplished running through it. You even get to collect some coins. But I just feel like the adventure of climbing a beanstalk to the unknown just a little bit more exciting to me.
Dude, I'm going down the slide.
Not a slide. It's a fucking loop.
Whatever. I'm doing that.
What about going down the green tube? That'd be a treat.
The fuck is the green tube?
The little, the tube. That
The pipe.
Down?
Yeah,
the pipe,
yeah.
the green pipe. That one's kind of frightening. Actually,
That's my answer. You're just going off the board.
Perfect.
I'll let you do it. I don't care.
This is weird, Castle, because I can't look at you when I talk to you. I want to like gaze into your eyes, you know?
I know, you're way back there.
I know, I'm like talking to the back of your
There's
head.
There's actually no reason you can't move this forward.
That's okay, that's okay.
Like, you're farther back.
That's okay.
You're farther back. I actually didn't mean for you to stay
Would you rather move the mic back?
Yes.
Or keep...
Or go up a beanstalk.
When I actually set this up for you, I didn't mean for you to sit way back
I'm
there.
like
you know
in the
what?
other
It's
bedroom, like, hey guys, what are you doing in there?
This thing's not supposed to stick this far out. It was only
That's what she said.
Like, move it. Can I move it?
Yeah.
Look at, watch that. Move forward slightly.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. That's actually what I was meaning for you.
Hey guys, what's up?
Yeah, you're actually like on our level now. You've been like sitting in the
now
back.
I can stand up.
It's like I've been in timeout back there,
now.
dude.
Been sitting in the back row the whole time. Yeah. See?
All right, let's redo the whole episode, dude. I got some other...
All right,
let's start it up again.
That.
Start it up again.
Would you rather your brother
Wait,
with your...
Never mind.
No more incest stuff, please.
Oh, yes. Let's do it.
If you had to wear one of these things as your regular thing every day, would you rather have just a bow tie? That's your look, or a Kangol hat, like LL Cool J in the '80s?
Can I put the bow tie in other places other than my neck?
Wherever you want. It's your bow tie. You just have to have it on you.
Is someone about to talk? I don't know what's happening right now.
I asked the question to you guys. And
I thought you were about to say something.
No, it was.
I'm
looking at both of y'all.
It was a send-off. I was a laugh send-off.
Yeah. You didn't pick up the cue. That's
Clear
okay.
podcast.
Yeah, no, I'm clearly an amateur out here. I just
Kind of.
pulled in to the group. Those are both these horrible garments, dude. It's either like Pee Wee Herman or
okay,
wears a Kangol
or
hat.
you could think of a cooler person that wore
Actually,
a bow tie.
probably a Kangol hat because Peaky Blinders.
Yeah, there you go.
Peaky fucking Blinders.
I just feel like both these things are like things that like they might stand out initially, but like once you got ingratiated in a community and they just expect it and they knew you as such, like it's just kind of like whichever one you think it looks good. Like I remember there used to be a guy when I first moved out here. There was a guy when I worked at Sharky's when I like fucking 15 years ago. There was a guy who always showed up with a fedora hat. Now on an initial sight, you might be like, that guy.
He's
kind of
chilling.
looks
He's
D-bag,
relaxing.
but like he always had it. It was just part of his look, and at a certain point, you're just like, "Oh yeah, fedora guy, what's up?" You know, it was just his thing.
funny.
You know, it was just look. So I feel like I can make Kangol hat work. I don't feel like I'd want to wear the rest of the gear that supports the bow tie thing. And when I gotta wear like a sports coat, do I gotta wear suspenders with it all the time and shit? Clearly, I got no problem wearing overalls. But I wouldn't want to be forced into the box with the suspenders, and I just feel like there's too much preppiness that goes around with the bow tie thing. But
if I was able to put the bow tie on my forehead, like as like a headband,
that's your look,
like a headband,
like a baby, like little baby,
like a little bow, like a little hair bow. Yeah, that is exactly what you would let everybody know that this is a baby girl.
I'd go with that. So I'm going bow tie.
You'd be baby girl Justin.
As long as I'm able to wear the bow tie.
Wherever. It's a girl.
It's a Justin. All right. Fair enough.
It really is just the same song.
Just on repeat.
Over and over.
If you listen to the full song, it has like a little bit of like pickups and downs, but it's like the same. You know, in the 1968, that's all you needed. Just needed a good like jazz number. Play that out. People will get excited. They'd be like, "That's the hit. That's the hit we've been waiting for."
I have a couple other would you rathers, but I feel like I already went overboard with a couple of mine.
I knew that you weren't capable of doing this without going just
limits. Yeah, you're almost banned. But go ahead. So let's try one.
I'm afraid. I'll let you into the house one more time.
Okay.
But this is
Through the back door. What you got?
Okay, your stepsister. You know
Why
what?
do you gotta keep going incest, dude? What is your deal?
I'm not gonna do it.
What was there something on your mind when you made all these,
not
dude?
incest,
Jesus Christ,
stepsister.
So he's making progress.
Okay, Jesus Christ, man. All right, he was very much had incest on the brain when he wrote all of his. Clearly. All right.
Excuse you. I was just. Never mind. Okay, so slaps and snaps.
No, I got more.
Yet? Oh, you got one more. All right, last one. Hit it.
All right. Which one of these would you rather have? A full mistake conversation with somebody for 7 minutes, or you have to be forced to land an airplane because you pissed off the pilot? Let me explain. When I say mistake conversation, it just came to mind while I was on my run earlier today. This thing literally happened. You're on a run, right? Girl walks past and she's like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" I'm like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" I'm looking, I'm like, I don't know who that is. And then, but she's kind of like stopping, like she's expecting me to talk to her. Yeah. Then sits there for a second, and I feel like I see like a look in her eye where she's like, "Oh, wait, that's not how I thought it was." So now we're both suddenly in this like conversation. We're like, I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. We were far enough to where it was able to be like, she had like Kings gear on. I was like, "Hey, I like your gear. Yeah, go Kings." And I was able to kind of like just keep it going, you know?
Okay.
But what if you had to get set in that situation? For some reason, we were like trying to both cross the street, and then there was like some like parade or construction that goes back, and they're like, "Sorry, folks, we're gonna be here for about 7 minutes." So it's not just like that you're stuck there for like a allotted time, but it's like, no, this is going to be 7 minutes, and you got to sit in this conversation. You both can admit that you just mistakenly like thought you were somebody else, and now you have to talk and hash this whole conversation out. And try your best to not have to figure it out. Or the airplane. Maybe
I'm not landing an airplane, so I'll talk to somebody randomly for 7 minutes. 7 minutes is not that long of a time to start striking up a conversation.
It feels like it, though. If you don't know exactly how long it's going.
It feels way longer
to be that.
Fucking try to land a plane.
Yeah,
Are there other passengers on this plane?
Let me explain the airplane situation. Maybe you asked like the flight attendant, like, "Hey,
there's a
how
flight
much longer
attendant.
is
That
this?"
means there's plenty of people on this.
No, because it's not even like the pilot died, and they're like, somebody has to take over. You asked how long this flight's gonna take to land. Pilot overhears you, and he's like, "Oh, this guy thinks he could just get there quicker. You know what? Hey, you try it. No, you get in there. You land it." Pilot's a dick, right? You just
the first one, dude.
You just broached on some area that he's just like
so much more extreme.
Clearly, you're
first
getting
one. This is like a life and death versus just a little awkward.
Tell you what.
A little awkward.
Tell you what. I'm doing the pilot thing.
Wow.
Now I feel like there's pride on the line. This pilot wants to see me fail. He's willing to put everybody's life on the line.
And you probably will, dude. What are you talking about? You never flown a plane. You would know it is the first thing.
You know that episode of Seinfeld when George convinces the girl that he's a marine biologist, and then all of a sudden he has to they're like, "That whale's choking. Is there a marine biologist in the crowd?" And then he's just like, "I'll tell you, at that point, I was a marine biologist." Like sometimes you just like go into something with confidence. You're like, "I could just do this." And it's a matter of like standing up for myself and the people around me and letting them know that I can do this. Once the pilot's just down to fucking throw everybody under the bus just to be like, "Oh no, this guy wants to tell us how quickly do it yourself." Yeah, no, let me see. He starts doing this fucking pose. He's like, no, he's gonna land the plane. The biggest asshole, dude. This guy should not have been. But he's got us in the air, and now he's fucking making a fucking point. He's gonna he
lost all his pensions,
all his credibility. And I want to fucking drive that part home. I don't know what I'm doing when I'm up in the air. If I was to sit in that fucking cockpit, I don't know exactly how to land it.
By the way.
It is. And in this point, it would definitely play because I'm figuring out how to fucking drive that cock home. All right? I'm going to have to
stretch that thing out.
Was that the whole point of that joke?
It wasn't a joke. You derailed me. I would look at those.
You derailed yourself with that story, sir. I would say the first one is an easy. They're not even in the same. They're completely fucking different. It's like
awkward conversation for 7 minutes, or save 300 people's lives on a plane because the pilot's
in hindsight, yes, that would have been like the easier one to.
You're like, okay, do miniature golf with someone you don't like that much. Or fight a bear in the woods for fucking hours.
For 3.5 minutes.
Yeah.
With
the ham hand.
Dude, fuck that bear up, man.
What are you picking?
He doesn't know about my triangle choke.
What are you picking?
I just feel like a lot.
You're a wizard of easy choices.
I feel like
dude.
I could just do a lot of this and be like, we're going. There's like
you're gonna be like the easiest
buttons.
dad. You're gonna be like, okay, son, either you can go to bed at 7 o'clock tonight,
swim,
or you can stay up all night eating candy. What are you gonna do? You're like the easy choice man, dude.
Or it's more like, do you want it? It's more like an educational. Do you want to eat this broccoli, or do you want to fight this old homeless man who I've hired to get in a 9-minute round with you? And which one? We eat the broccoli, right? Ah, good boy. I'm glad for you. Luther, stay on standby tomorrow night.
Your dad's like, don't call me an old homeless man.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get him to eat his vegetables and fruit tomorrow night. So I'm gonna try to get him to do his homework tomorrow night. So stay on standby outside, just right behind the porch. Yeah, that'll be good for him. All right, I could land that plane. Fuck you, pilot. And that 7-minute conversation could just feel like an hour and a half sometimes.
You're tripping. Slaps and snaps. I'm giving Soulful Strut a.
That was a soulful 3 slaps and a soulful 3 snaps. All right.
3 and 3. It's good.
Yeah.
Good background.
All right.
Leads to great would you rathers. Just classic, man. And these guys' photo in Spotify just makes them look.
Yeah, they had a couple hats.
Very
Well,
classy.
they went for the bow tie.
And
They look like a soulful
They went
duo.
bow tie with it. So
Okay, that was their answer to the question.
yeah.
Not in my
It's an
picture.
easy
They
choice.
both kind of got loose ties, those like loose 60 ties in my picture, but they pull them both off. I'll say that.
you have a different one.
All right, Greg.
Yeah.
Out of 5 slaps, what are you giving Soulful Strut?
Slaps and
Slap.
snaps.
Slaps and snaps.
I can do 5 of each.
You pick.
And
And anything in between, really, to be honest.
This one, I for the first 15 seconds. This is only for the first 15 seconds.
Right.
Like, and a snap. But then after that, it goes downhill. So then I'm just like, because it's just the same thing over and over.
You only gave it a snap? It
It's
drops
the
all
same
the
thing
way
over.
to just a
It's
snap.
cool for a little
Wait.
while, and then you're just
That might
like,
be
all
one of our-
right,
All right.
all right.
How
How long is the song?
Greg's the first one.
3 minutes.
Oh, okay. At least
I
it's
think
only 3
the
minutes.
Greg's
actual
the-
song might be longer.
Greg's the first one who's trying to implement time period
Incremental.
residual snaps, like in time increments.
We've never done that in
I
180
think
episodes.
what we could help him out with in the way we do that is just you say you started with 3 and then it kind of went long and you're like, I'll take it down a snap.
Average it.
Yeah, just
Okay.
minus a snap.
So then
So
I'm
now
just
you're
gonna
at,
go
like,
2.
2 slaps
And
and a snap. Yeah, there you go.
There you
2
go.
and snap. That's a big change, though. You went from anyway. All right, Castle, what do you got?
If you had to take on a whole group in a fight, who do you like your odds versus better? The Breakfast Club from the 80s movie with Emilio Estevez, or the entire Mighty Ducks team from the Mighty Ducks movie with Emilio Estevez?
Aren't they all like? How old are they?
They're
In
like
Mighty
around
Ducks?
like 10 to 13, but there's like way more of them. There's
a lot,
like,
there's a lot. And they're athletic.
I mean,
Well,
they got
but the Breakfast
skates,
Club
they
is
got
only-
hockey sticks.
It's only Bender, who's kind of the cool guy, and
And
then the
Emilio.
wrestler.
Bender's got a
Yeah,
knife.
and then the nerd
You
is
got
not going to do
two.
anything.
You
got
really
two.
got to worry about Bender and Emilio Estevez.
Do you get the
'cause
teacher?
yeah.
Is the teacher part of this?
Fuck it. Get him in there too, because I would want to punch him in the face. I'd be mad if I beat up everybody and I'd be like, where's that fucking principal, dude? I wanted to take him out
Is
while
he
I'm at
causing
it.
a ruckus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll show him a fucking
You
ruckus.
mess with the bull, you get the horns
I
with
will
that guy.
give him
dude.
those horns. I think I would prefer, man, but then in the Mighty Ducks, you get to beat up that fucking Averman kid, and that would be fun.
I'm going Breakfast Club because they smoked weed.
No, it's who you're fighting.
He's like, I'm going Breakfast Club because of how well dressed they are.
After you beat them up, you can just take their weed, I guess. There you go.
So
I don't want to fight the
Then I'm
Breakfast. That's like one of my favorite movies. I don't want to fight any of those. I love them all. I love all the characters. I mean, but I guess if I had to choose, I guess them.
Here's how it goes.
Then I'm like punching like there's like women in the Breakfast Club. Is that really?
Here's how I see it going.
Yeah, you're fighting Sweet 16.
Yeah.
16
Punching a
cans.
16
I
Senior
square
girl?
off with him. I double leg Emilio Estevez immediately. He's the threat. You know, you got to
Gotta
take
get
him
him
down.
out first.
I'm
He's
gonna,
dangerous.
got-
He's the wrestler.
I'm gonna get in a tough grappling match with him.
Varsity Letterman.
But if
dude.
I could fucking choke him out, that's basically where it all comes down to. Once I choke him out, Bender's gonna stand back. He's not gonna get aggressive.
He'll have a knife.
He'll be back here. He'll just be looking at it like with his stupid face, like maybe he does beat Emilio. That'll be cool. He'll be happy to see that. He's just gonna observe. If I can choke out Emilio, I get up, do a roundhouse back kick. Boom. Take Anthony Michael Hall out. He's not going to fucking do shit. At this point, Psycho Girl, Ali Sheedy, she's running. She's hiding.
Or she's jumping on your back and chewing on your ear.
In which case, I might just be like,
she might be the biggest threat.
And I helicopter around, and then I huck her, and she lands right on Molly Ringwald, and maybe that takes them both out at the same time. Now I'm like looking at Bender, and I'm like, ¿Qué pasa, hombre? And I just kind of feel like then he would like look at me and be like, okay, respect what you did here today. And then he just like hops up on a locker and he like climbs out a window because he's a reckless, does whatever the fuck he wants. He doesn't really care. Once he feels like he could be in danger, he's out. Then fucking Principal Shepard comes in or whatever the fuck his name is. He's like, did I hear a ruckus? And I'm like, oh, you about to feel a ruckus, son. And I just run directly at him and I hit him in the face with the trash
25
can.
minutes since we...
And an elementary school trash can too at that, a plastic one, you know?
A black one.
Fucking run him around the whole like cafeteria train where they like put all the food down. I fucking have my way with that guy. Fuck that guy. He always sucked. So I think I had more fun with the Breakfast Club.
Mm-hmm.
I'd feel bad if I just beat up a bunch of hockey kids who were just trying to like fucking... Although I would like to backhand Averman. For more on that, look at our episode on Mighty Ducks that me and Jay-Way did last year. Hit it! Next!